Hi, welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be making ear cuffs for cosplay. These ones I specifically designed because NC and I have a world that we made together that's based off an elemental system. So I have 4 different styles of these. This one is obviously fire. These are super fun. They're one of my favorite cosplay items though, especially since I don't have pierced ears and these don't require it. So they're super fun jewelry to add a little bit of detail to your cosplays. So this is the fire one. Today we're going to be making the earth one, just because those are the materials that I got out. But I'm going to show you what materials I have. You can obviously adjust this to be whatever design you want, whether that be elemental or whatever your character wants, or whatever you want for whatever outfit you're wearing. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so first off, obviously, you're going to need your ear cuff. I get these off of Amazon. I get them in 3 different colors. I have bright gold, silver, and then this one, I don't know if you can tell, is more of a, not exactly rose gold, but a softer gold that I think works well with the earth design. So you're going to need that. Then you're going to need some of these. Obviously, you're going to need however many for the number of rings you have on your ear cuff. I have 7, so I've got 7 of these. Then you're going to need whatever bead you're using for the main part. I'm using this bamboo style stone bead, and I actually really love these. I think they're one of my prettiest designs, but I can fit 4 on one of these, so I have 28 of these, but obviously that's going to depend on what beading you're using. I like to add leaves to the end just to give it a little bit more specific character. These are just little gold leaves. Also, you can get these on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. They're very thin. They're actually kind of bendable, so you don't want to be too rough with them. And then lastly, you're just going to need however many jump rings or however many rings, or however many you're actually adding something to the end of. That's just to add the leaf on, so we'll show that at the end. So I've got 7 of those. And then for tools, I just use 2 different jewelry pliers. You don't have to use these. You can use whatever works for you. These are just the ones that work for me. So yeah, that's pretty much all you need. So let's get into it. Okay, so first off, you're just going to take your eye pin and just slide whatever bead you're using for the main part right on there. Just like that. Super simple. Alright, so now I have all 7. I'm doing them all exactly the same. And all that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my first one, start at one end, just hook it through there, stick it through, and then take one of your pliers, grab the end, and just curl it around there. And then I like to bend it a little bit just to make sure that it's going to hang straight and not bend to one side, and also make sure that it is fully closed. You don't want it falling off at some point. It can help if you're worried about that. Just cross the end of the eye pin a little bit. Let me see if I can get that to there. So you would just cross it a little bit, just like that, just so that there's no way, unless you're really yanking on this, that it's going to fall off. Alright, and then you just repeat that 7 times. I always kind of sit here doing this, and I'm like, you know, it would be kind of fun if I just could tell jokes or something while I'm making this part, because, you know, this is the part of the video that whenever I watch DIYs on YouTube, I always just kind of skip through it. And it would be kind of fun if it was, like, something interesting going on, but I'm literally just sitting here like, what would I even say, though? Like, I don't have any thoughts prepared. So I'd probably just sit here and be silent if I wasn't talking about this right now. And then I would probably just cut it out of the video and jump to where I have all 7 on there. But I don't know, maybe I'll keep this little bit in here. Maybe it'll be interesting and someone will laugh. Because it's not even like I can give advice on what I'm doing right here, because it's fairly simple. Just loop it around, close it, make sure it hangs straight. And voila, just like that. And it already looks super cool. Okay, so now is the part with the leaves and the jump ring, if I can actually manage to pick it up. Okay. So then I'm just going to use my other pliers, find where the opening is, and then grab it on the one side, pull it open. Here is a little bit where it gets tricky because you want to make sure the leaf is pointing the right way. So I usually just hook it on there and then just kind of try and see where this thing lays and then put it on so that the leaf is going to be facing out. If I can actually do that. It was a little bit hard at some angles, especially when I already have them on there. And then I just close it up. And then just repeat that 7 times. This is probably my least favorite part of this whole thing, even though it's like such a simple craft and I really shouldn't have a least favorite part. I don't know. It is funny because whenever people think like earth and stuff, normally they're thinking of like moving rocks, you know, like when we first came up with the idea, we were like, oh, earth, okay, so, you know, Avatar, The Last Airbender, they move rocks, which is amazingly cool, but we're like, you know what, they can't seem too much like Avatar. Anything that is elemental based these days, I feel like your instant thought is, oh, it's Avatar, what kind of bending are they doing? My first novel that I ever wrote, I was like calling one of the powers light bending, and my mother is literally like, oh, I don't know if you should call it that because it sounds too much like Avatar. And I'm like, yeah, but they can't bend light. And she's like, well, you know, I don't want to give spoilers on here or anything, but there is kind of bending light, and I mean, you could basically compare it to fire bending anyway, right? And I was like, okay. So then I had to make up a whole new name. And I was like, you know what? It just doesn't sound as good when it's not bending. Like, bending is such a cool name for a magic system. I actually don't know what we're calling this. We're calling it powers. And, like, we did make it so that earth powers can be kind of more rock-focused. Because who doesn't love that? Who doesn't love a toff? But, it is more, like, plants, too. Because someone has to do that. It's always cool to be able to give people plant powers. And in this world, it's not like all the same thing. You know, like in Avatar, I guess there are, oops, where'd that go? There it is. There are variations, you know, like firebending has lightning bending and whatever Combustion Man does, but, oh my goodness, just keep dropping this. And, you know, among earth bending, there's sand bending, and there's lava bending, and whatever. Am I putting this on the wrong way? Shoot, I picked this up the wrong way. Dropped it multiple times, and then I managed to pick it up the wrong way. Anyway, but yeah, there is a little bit of variation, but overall, you know, it's mostly the same thing. All the water benders kind of fight with similar, my word. Go on, please. Thank you. Okay, they all fight with, you know, some kind of similar ways. So it's like, it's a basis of what the magic is look like. There's a few specialities, you could say. But there's mostly one thing. So we kind of wanted to switch it up from there. And we're like, okay, some people, you know, maybe they can make plants grow. Some people can make the earth move. Some people can, I don't know, do lava bending. Although then we, of course, oops, I forgot to put the leaf on. Then we, of course, had to have the debate of, like, is lava bending earth bending, or is it related to fire bending? And people can have mixtures depending on their lineage, so maybe you can only lava bend if you have both fire and earth. Or maybe, because this power system is actually based off of twins, and you have a power that you can kind of interact with your twin with. So like your powers complement each other sort of thing. Maybe it has to be an earth power and a fire power to be able to do anything flop. Who knows? We haven't really developed it that much. It's not really permanent to this, but there is the earth design. And I kind of love it. Super simple. That's really all you have to do, and you have it made. But yeah, so I will be completing a full Earth cosplay from this world for one of the characters soon, and I'm going to be adding these on there. So if you're interested in seeing that, I don't know when the video is coming out, but it'll be out eventually, and you can look for it, which is pretty much all I can say. But yeah, that's how you make an ear cuff. Super simple, great thing for cosplays. Definitely recommend it. Hope you enjoyed the video.